Hello again. In this video, I will show you how to get started using the point of sale for store. Um, if you remember, you have followed our series already. We have gone through the steps of installing your application, setting up your database, and creating your database, inputting your information, company information in the application, so that all the functions are done under the company that you want to use. And we have created your lists, your items, your partners. That includes customers and suppliers. We have already, excuse me, we have also included locations and people who are going to be using the system, such as sales clerks, managers, and the owner, of course. So the first thing that I'm going to do in this case is start up the application, and I expect that there's going to be a warning message that for the first time the system, that point of sale application doesn't know which database to use. So it says no database connection. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say okay, and on the next screen, which asks me whether I want to exit the application, I'm going to say no. So the first window that shows up is pretty much the database. I need to show which database I'm going to be using. So when I click on that little button right here, I can see all the databases that have been set up and are available to use. So if you remember from our previous tutorials, we have set up Apollo Store LLC MBD. So I'm going to check that. So now I'm going to say save, and two more warnings show up. Passwords for each user are checked with red, and frequently used partners are checked with red. That means that you have two problems, and the two problems, which I created on purpose, are that each individual user that you set up in your main database needs to have a password. And that is because when the person approaches the computer to enter in the application, they need to put a different password. You want to make sure that each user has that, and we have built some precautionary measures in that module to avoid having different users use the same account if that's not intended. Frequently used partners, that's important because we want to show you in that screen only the people or only the partners who you want to see. That is supposed to be a big advantage, so that all the sales in this module go quick, and many of those actually don't really go to different partners. They go just to one, which is the general public or the default partner. I'm going to go back into the main application in just a second. I'm going to show you exactly what we need to do. So here is the main application again, and as we said, we have issue with the users. In the users, the issue is with Mary, the sales clerk. I'm gonna open her window, and I see that I have no password, so I'm gonna put a password for her. I'm gonna hit OK, and the next issue was with partners. So I have a wholesale buyer, which if I want to show, I'm going to say that is frequently used. And basically for the default partner, I want to make sure that it's frequently used. So I guarantee that those two will show up in the point of sale right now. If I have other customers with whom I'm doing business, but they're not really going through the main point of sale at the sales clerk, they may be going through some special window that is dealing with wholesale clients. Now that window will be serviced by the main application, where the clerk will have access to all the customers. We want to make sure that the point of sale is going quickly. It's basically selling to public and moving on to the next customer. So I'm going to hit OK. So I'm going to minimize that, and let's go back into the point of sale for stores. So let's go back in and see how the point of sale module will work now. And once we have improved our database, we have a connection to the database. We see the two green ticks, meaning that all users has passwords, and we have a couple users that, or at least one that is frequently used. I'm going to log in as John, the manager, and you see right here that the default partner is set up to the default partner. And let's see what we see on the screen. So we see all the items that we have set up at this point in time. When our selection is pretty small, we have one book and one coffee bean pack. If I want to sell that, I can click on the book, and you can see it's added, quantity, price, and the value that needs to be paid. And if I want to find something in the database, I can click on that button as well. It gives me all the items that are ready to sell. It's the coffee bean again. Or if I want to select something from the if I want to scan with my barcode scanner, I can actually do that as well. So each time I click on that button down here, I add one, but if I select from the database, I need to show the system how many I'm selling. And the fact that they are in red means that I don't have any in inventory, so I haven't done a purchase to get my inventory to a certain level. And those red quantity items tell me that I'm basically selling something that I don't have, which is something that I can allow the system to do, or basically I can tell the system to preclude me from using items that are not in the inventory. So these are the two quick steps that you need to do to get your point of sale for stores created. And I will move on to the next item, to the next module, which is the restaurant point of sale, in the next tutorial. Thank you very much, and let us know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.